Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about Module 2 of CBME1 Operations Management. And this is Grace Nabanalan from the College of Business. So week 2 is Module 2 Operations and the Supply Chain Strategy. So we start with competition. So competition, according to entrepreneur.com, defines as something good for you, but it can be bad too. What does that mean? It's good for you because it will make products a lot cheaper. It makes product better. It makes product of quality, and it gives lots of customer service from the manufacturer or seller. But it can be bad too. Why? Because you will lower your price because of the competitor, because of the rivalry. You are going to give some more, like you give freebies, you give points, lots of promotions, advertisements, and it might drain our resources. It might lower our profit. When we say competitive strategy, by the way, there are two kinds of strategy or technique that we are going to use so that we will be on top, so that we will become popular, so that we will create profit. And these strategies are divided into two. One is competitive strategy and the other one is operational strategies. So when we say competitive strategies, this is to gain advantage over our rivals by evaluating their strengths and their weaknesses, opportunities and threats in the industry, and we will be able to compare it with our own. So Michael Porter, a professor at Harvard, presented 4 kinds of strategies that you can use to be able to go on top. So what are these competitive strategies? And your company can choose one. One is cost leadership strategy. So on the right side of the screen, you see here low price. Cost leadership strategy means to become a leader of low prices. I know for sure you are aware of the comparison between Lazada and Shopee. What makes Shopee a lot better, or do we call it Shopee has a better edge when it comes to pricing? Because they offer lower prices, and you are going to make this a long-term commitment to offer products at a low price. So if you want to be known for being a low price company, and this will be your competitive edge among your rivals, then you have to come up with products being offered at low prices. So your first technique in here is to see to it that you produce, or if not, you purchase products at low cost, and that you are going to be contented with a small amount of profit. Okay, another strategy is what we call as differentiation leadership. So differentiation means you see these shoes. So we have many shoes of the same colors and sizes, but there's one which is different. Okay, and this was being done by Apple. This is a strategy which was adopted by Apple. There are lots of cell phones in the market, but Apple was able to become different. So how are you going to do that? You're going to identify attributes of your product which are unique from your competitors in the industry. And then you are going to differentiate. You try to become different from them using that unique feature of yours. Okay, and there are some who are going to charge premium prices or high prices because of the quality and the value added features. Okay, another is cost focus strategy. So cost focus is not on lower prices, but it's more on targeting a segment, targeting a group of people in the community, or targeting a place in the universe where your products are going to be sold at a low price. So an example in here is the manufacturers of mineral water. So they targeted Dubai and the Middle East, and they because mineral water there is very costly. It's more expensive than oil. Okay, and what they did is that they went there, they sold their mineral water at the lowest price available in the market. So that's what we call as cost focus strategy. So if you can do that, why not? We have also differentiation focus strategy. So it's similar with the cost focus strategy, but the differentiation focus strategy targets a particular segment within the market. So instead of offering lower prices, you are going to offer a unique feature or an attribute to what we call as your target segment or your target market. Okay, an example is we have Breezes Resorts. This is a resort, okay, which is catering to couples that doesn't have children. So it accepts guests with no children because it wants to offer an environment without any children disruption. And are there some people who are like this? The answer is yes. Okay, we are finished with competitive strategy. Our number 2 is operations strategy. So the role of operations strategy is to provide a plan for operations function so that it can make the best use of resources. And I'm going to repeat, it has something to do with the maximum use of resources to be able to come up with profit. Okay, so one is we have the so-called as key success factors. So there are just some companies who are already inclined to become successful on a certain endeavor. So an example is, let's say, Jollibee. So since Jollibee is already well established, if Jollibee is going to bring out one more menu in the items in their business, there's a tendency that there is key success factors. It's going to there is a tendency that it's going to be solved. Okay, there are some of you who also have this KSF. So like for example, you are born to parents who are sports oriented. Your tendency is that you are going to be sports oriented too. So okay, you are born to be competent at doing or concentrating on that thing. So there are companies who are also like that they are already competent in doing or concentrating on a certain product or a service. Okay, so what are some of distinctive competencies? One is to look at price or cost. So there are some firms who look at the prices. So of course, the number one thing that we're going to look at is inputs, the prices of inputs, as it affects the price of our output. Okay, so if you want to lower our prices, if we want to become the leader when it comes to low prices, then we have to see to it that we are going to mass produce, so produce in bulk, or if not, we are going to buy at a lower price so that we will be able to sell at low prices too. Okay, another, when it comes to operations strategies, is we have quality. Produce quality products, and this will become your edge from other competitors, because low standard or low quality products are going to dismay customers. They're not going to do repeat purchases. So how are we going to define quality? One is the performance of the product. Performance refers to the product's operating characteristics. Like for example, if we talk about automobiles, then easy handling, smooth ride or smooth gas mileage. If it's a television, then it has bright color clarity, sound quality, and number of channels present in it, and that's performance. Aside from that, we have also conformance to standards. So if we buy something, we will compare it with standards, and does it pass or does it go beyond the standards. Like for example, there is a manufacturer of coils, okay, and there's shipment from the mill, it checks the width. Okay, so if you are going to purchase this coil, your tendency when you receive the shipment is that you will check the width, how wide is it, the gauge or the thickness, the weight of the coil. Then you put a sample on the Rockwell hardness tester. This is the machine that's going to test the hardness. Okay, and if it's going to pass the test, then you consider it as it passed the standard. So that's conformance. We have also features. So features are not needed, but they can be desirable. We like it because it's nice. For example, you buy a VCR and it includes 4 heads, slow motion capability, there's a stereo or surround sound, split screens, or maybe a headset is going to be included. Okay, inset screens, 365-day programming ability. So that's what we call as features, the bells and whistles of a product or a service. Okay, another is when you say quality, we have durability. Durability is defined as the time that you are going to use it until replacement or damage is going to happen. So how long do you use the product? How many times did you use the product? If you say many times, then your product can be durable. Okay? Or I use it for 10 years. I use it for 15 years. So that's durability. So if it's going to be that number of years, then we consider the product quality product. We have also reliability. Reliability means avoidance of failure, because the failure that's going to happen will shut down your business, or if not, it's going to give incorrect information. Okay, which makes our customers dissatisfied with our products. Okay, so we have also serviceability. If you bought a TV, for example, just in case it's not going to work, can I return it back and you are going to repair it for me, or give me another unit? Or if not, is there a manual which is added so I can easily repair it myself? So that's serviceability. Okay, next is aesthetics. Aesthetics is the product's looks, feel, smell, sound, or taste. It is how we are going to consider a product nice and beautiful. So if you say it's nice, then that's part of quality. We have also perceived quality. So when you say perceived quality, it is somewhat psychological in nature, but you like it or not, it's part of our discussion on quality products. So quality, perceived quality, like Japan made, are considered quality products, even if class this is not true or 100% true. Okay, it can be 99.9 something, I'm not sure. Okay, whereas 50 years ago, this perception is not complete. This perception is the complete opposite. Okay, Filipinos have this kind of um, psychological look at products. So when you say, European or American made, you are going to say it's quality product. Okay, which is not always true all the time. Okay, and when it comes to service, when we say quality service, we are going to say that the service is quality if there is rapid delivery or on-time delivery or convenient location, among many others. Okay. We have also flexibility. Flexibility means that you will be able to provide, customization of your product. So if your customer is going to look for a product size, and you are only offering small, medium, and large, and what the customer wants is XLL, XXXL. Okay, and can you create that? So can you become flexible? Can you create that and be able to produce that for the client? One of the trends in business at present is mass customization, or you will be able to meet the demands of customers even if it is considered as uh, as mass customization. Okay. Another that you have to take note when it comes to operations management is the trade-offs, the presence of trade-offs. You cannot have all. So if you want to create quality product, like for example, an automobile manufacturer want to produce a high quality car, you are going to take note that since you created a high quality car, you have to sell it at high price. And if it's high price, not all customers can buy it. You will have few customers. That's the trade-off. Okay? What about if I want that all customers that comes to my shop will be able to get what they want at the lowest price. The trade-off of this is that you must have a very extensive inventory. What does that mean? You will have a very large hardware where you place all your products, very varied and different kinds of products to meet all the demands of your customers. The problem in here, if your inventory is very extensive, is that there might be some products that will be expired. There might be products that get destroyed or they're going to rust in your hardware. Okay, and this can be challenging. Balancing is very challenging. That is why we have the so-called as balance scorecard. What is balance scorecard? I would like you to deal more on this because this is very important. This is a strategic management performance metric. So it identifies and improves various activities inside your business and then their external outcomes. Okay, so your balance scorecard is going to be able to produce the following in your business, like learning and growth. So because there's an analysis, investigation of the training and knowledge resources, this handles how well information is captured and how effectively employees use information to convert it to competitive advantage over the industry. We have also business processes are being evaluated. Your step 1, step 2, step 3 are going to be evaluated because there might be some gaps or delays or bottlenecks, shortages or waste that happens in your different business processes or steps. Okay, we have also customers perspectives. How does the customer look at your price quality, product quality, your price, availability of your products and your services, and their feedback regarding the satisfaction of your products. Okay, another thing is we look into your financial data, your sales, your expenses, your income, your taxes, etc., your budgets, and so on, so that we will have what we call as a balanced operation. So our activity for today is that you are going to look for a company. You look for a company that shows us the speed, quality, and price. There are always trade-offs. How can we have all? I would like you to find a company that was able to have these three. Okay, and how are you going to discuss? You have to type in your own words, and you are going to take note of the topics above while you are discussing, most especially with the topic on balance scorecard. Okay, thank you very much for listening today.